I saw a really funny TikTok making fun of people who come on live and then have to fill the time. So I'm not going to do any of the things I normally do. I've been shamed. I'm just going to find Sara. Fuck, I missed you, Sara. Hold on. View request. Yes, ma'am, you can join. Will it be the real Sara? Hi.
Hello.
Did you hear me saying the thing about how I saw this TikTok making fun of people and the things they do?
Yeah,
Did
it's so stupid. You think they would have figured this out? Like, if I can't, why can't there be a waiting room where you add the people you want to add and you just launch the chat?
it would be such a good idea, but did you know the TikTok I'm talking about where it's like a lady and she's making fun of
No,
people who do it? And they come
no.
on, they're reading comments, so they're like, "Oh my God, thank you, Sarah. Thank you." You know, it's like stuff like that, and I'm like, God, it's all things that I've literally done. Hey, good product placement in the back there, Sara. Can I see that up close? I haven't seen mine yet. Do a box. Tell me what you think of this idea. I've been thinking about doing unboxing, like tube style, like as if I'm like a 4-year-old opening a new toy. Do you think that's a good idea?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, you're looking at the vinyl of Crybaby, our new record. It
This is the back.
apparently sounds amazing.
The back. And then inside are two favorite things: cigarettes and sprinkles.
It's actually kind of revolting, but I love the art.
I love the art too. It's
Um,
great.
Hi to everybody who's tuning in on a Wednesday at 1:30. What the fuck are all of you doing home from work?
Oh, well, a lot of people do this at work, Tegan. It's not 1950. They're
Oh,
not like, you know.
um, how are you? How did you tune into the YouTube video this morning that I did by myself?
I didn't because I was in traction at physio.
Oh, tell us what happened.
Um, well, I think what happened is that for much of my life, have, according to my physiotherapist, been sleeping wrong, standing wrong, walking wrong, lifting wrong, just generally moving wrong.
Mm, mm.
And now I'm 41 and I have a 12-pound baby and I pick him up wrong and I clean the litter box wrong. I play guitar wrong. I do everything wrong. She doesn't say it like that, but like that's essentially the information that I've
Why,
been given.
why don't you act out how she says it to you?
She says, "Can you stand? Let's take a look at you." And then I stand, and then she's like,
She
that's
just,
what she says. She just shakes her head and she's like, "You need to put your foot, you're standing on your foot wrong." And then when I get like, and then you get on the table, and then she's like, "Okay, lay on your stomach." And then she's like, "Oh, I can't do anything for you. You should just take yourself to a hospital and be put down." And then, just kidding, she doesn't say that. And then she's like, "Okay, turn over or get up." And then I do that. And she's like, "That's not right. You're not getting up right."
I've been taking voice lessons, as you know, like been,
Yeah,
trying to get a few tips, want to warm up, warm down, get
yeah,
these chords strengthened up for tour. And one of the exercises that lay on the thing, so you can really feel like air like pushing out your gut. And like we we both have really over muscular necks from singing, but it's actually kind of wrong to sing from your neck. Anyway, and I felt it was so weird to like lay on the floor at this place in front of this stranger, this woman
yeah.
stranger to me, and then sing um and do all these stupid ridiculous things. I actually just was seeing this. I have to like sing through a straw. And
Hmm.
at one point she was like, I just want you just to breathe. And I was like, okay. And like probably like a full minute went by and I was just like, I just hate all of these things. Like you already know this about me. Like I hate going to massage. I hate like I want all these things. I want a massage. I want to go to voice lessons, but like hate being in a small room with a stranger. And mostly just like I don't know, there's so many things that just make me uncomfortable. But anyway, I'm laying on the floor breathing for like a minute, and at one point she's like, are you breathing? And I was like, yeah, I'm breathing. She said, that's that's that you just breathe shallow like that, kind of like, she didn't say it in a mean way, but she was like, you like, can you breathe deeper than that? And I was like, okay. So but anyway, then the next week she made me lay on the floor again, and then she was like, okay, just breathe for a minute, and then interrupted my breathing and said, okay, you're breathing much deeper this week or whatever. And I felt like it was like a calling out of my like self
Hmm.
consciousness or
I
something.
think I once read also too that women, I could, again, this might be fake news, but I think I once read too that young women start to breathe differently when they develop breasts because they hold like, because and also like around like physical things, like to breathe properly you actually have to like push your stomach out, like you have to allow for your diaphragm to like fully inflate and
Right.
deflate. And so I think we start holding our bodies like this and we start
Right.
sucking in our guts and like that sort of thing. And so that can happen to anyone, by the way. I don't mean to like totally just like isolate women in this, but I just think like, I think we like, when I look back at photographs of us when we're little, before we went through puberty, we were just like, I mean, I would have said we stand sort of like butch, like we're just like our guts are out, like we just have like these big guts hanging out over, and we're just like,
That,
like just like,
that's just kids that do that.
no, I
But
know, and that's what I'm saying is like, and then you hit a certain age, and then you just learn how to hold your body in this way that is like more attractive or something, but it's like
no,
really hurtful. But
now like I just noticed myself. Okay, I'm gonna keep the exact shape I'm holding. This is how I'm sitting.
yeah, oh, I mean, actually, at one point I
I
was in traction.
hold my head in the frame, like, because if I sit up straight, I'm like my head's actually out of the frame because I miscalculated where to put the light. Anyway, okay. So
Yeah, but this is the thing is that when I was in traction, which I don't know if you've ever done traction before. This was like,
no,
like it's like leather and straps, and it's very like medieval feeling, and like um,
I don't
you know,
definitely that.
they strap you all in, and then they start to do the thing, and anyways, it was like, it's quite painful, like, it was like very uncomfortable. But then when it was over, the physiotherapist was like, oh, like, dude, what did you notice? And I was like, oh, my left hip really hurts, and then kind of like my right side, like under my rib cage. And she's like, right, like that makes sense, like that's where your frame is twisted, and but I was just thinking about like how, um
I'm just having a moment. Like people who tuned in, they're like, "Oh my God, Tegan and Sara going live. They're going to talk about their new song and their video." And they're like coming on right now, probably just like being like, "What the fuck are they talking about?"
I mean, I don't, well, I mean, I hope that people, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it seems more interesting to just sort of like
No,
talk about whatever, but it
if you
is,
come on in the
it,
middle of the
it
conversation,
does tie into what you were sort of like, you wrote, or you said in your, like your promo video for this, you're like, come and tune in and hear about our new single and Sarah's baby and whatever. I mean, this is the reality. It's like getting back ready to go out into the world requires us to like, I mean, it's like we're athletes who've been like retired, and now we're kind of like, just even holding my guitar, I have like terrible back pain right now, just from like between holding my child and then holding the guitar, and they're not dissimilar, and I'm doing very similar things to overcompensate for my injuries, my long-term injuries. And it's so sad. Or like, I feel like I'm starting to develop arthritis in my hands, like I'm so old, like my knuckles hurt and my fingers hurt. And it's weird getting older and realizing, in so many ways during the pandemic I felt way healthier. Like I have not had a cold. My allergies I haven't had really any allergies for the last 3 years. I feel so healthy. And then starting to get ready for tour, I realize like how broken my body is when I'm doing my job. I'm like, should I just not do my job anymore? Like, I don't know. Like, do I just need a different job? Like, I don't even know. I mean, I can't not pick up my child, but
yeah. Well, soon your child will be able to walk, and you won't have to pick it up as much.
and that's what I'm actually afraid of, is when he starts walking and I have to like pick him up and chase him and do things. I got to get back into shape. I got to get into a kind of shape I've never been in. And so I don't know how that's going to happen, but
Now,
I'm going to, and he's going to be big. Like, he's already, this because you've seen him change so drastically over the last couple of months, but like, he's like doubled in size. And I think
the other day,
he's going to be bigger than me
the
for
other
sure.
held him for like 5 minutes and then had to hand him off to Sophia because my arms were starting to shake. So you're gonna get arms. So, um, okay. Well, I just want to say thanks to everybody who's tuning in. Today is a big day. We put out a new song. It's called Faded Like a Feeling. It's another song from our album Crybaby. If you haven't listened to it, go stream it. Stream it like 5 times. Let's get those numbers up. We also some of you I know were on the YouTube live. We were chatting all together, talking about the video, but there were lots of really funny comments, and so we wanted to talk a little bit about the video. Then we can just talk about other things. But one of the big things that's coming up when we put the single artwork out this week, and when the video came out, is that my hair is like, it looked like I dyed my hair black, but I didn't. I just was wearing a wig, and so a lot of people wanted to know why I chose to wear a wig. And I said that I felt like once you see the video, you understand. I wanted my hair to look like yours. Like I thought it would be cooler to see us looking so similar because our hair is really different lengths right now. And I had the wig made or like got a wig back in February because you and I were doing photos. And at that point, my hair was really short and yours was even longer than it is right now. And I was really worried we'd look terribly different because it was like such different vibes. So I had the wig made. And now I'm like obsessed with the idea of shaving my head and just getting a bunch of like Tegan and Sara haircuts from like the last 20 years and just like wearing wigs. What do you think, Sara?
I mean, sure. Yeah, I don't think you have to shave your head to wear a wig, though. Like people like Season and Rayleigh wore wigs on when they were making the TV show so that they would look like us in high school, and I was amazed. You could not tell that they had hair underneath their wigs. Like it's amazing.
But now that I've worn a wig, and I know this was the same for Season and Rayleigh, it's like it's a lot of work because you basically have to like glue your hair down and then pin it all down, and then you wear this nylon thing over your hair. It pushes it all down. It's like I just like if my head was shaved, I'd just like pop on the con era mullet. And then like, later on in the day I could have like, the If It Was You rock mullet. And then like I could have your, Demi Moore ghost haircut from 2010. Just like, boom, just like slip a wig on. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think people, yeah, like Dolly Parton. I remember hearing that she tours with a trunk of wigs.
Mm-hmm.
Like you
Oh,
can
whoa.
just.
Charlie XCX sold wigs at the.
Oh, that's interesting.
um, Sara, you weren't at the YouTube thing, so I don't know what your thoughts are, but do you have memories from making the new Faded Like a Feeling song or video? Like, do you have anything you want to share about
Do I have memories? It only happened 2 weeks ago. I don't have amnesia. I mean, you mean was there things I wanted to share from the video?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know.
Um, I don't know, maybe you already talked about this. There was this woman, it was during the like it was during the sunset at Kitts Beach, and there was a lot of people there to watch the sunset, and we were extremely disruptive, but we did not disrupt without approval. We had like proper permits, like we were working, but it was disruptive for people who thought maybe they were just gonna go like hang out at the beach and watch the sun go down. People were really nice. Um, but there was this one lady who was standing in the shot, and we were like, can you just like move for a second? We're just trying to get the shot. And she was like, yeah, I'm here to see the sunset. And we were like, I know, but you're like literally standing in our shot in the one beam of sunlight, as if you can only see the huge sky, the vast, profound giantness of Earth. It's like you can only see it from this one tiny place, as if like everywhere else in the park would somehow like you would not see the sunset. And we were like, but you can see the. Anyway, she just insisted on standing there, so we just like didn't even get that shot because we were just like,
Well,
well, we're not gonna.
we did get that shot. We have a Substack coming out tomorrow where I write 11 things about the Faded Like a Feeling video. So if you follow our Substack, even if you don't follow our Substack, it's free. Go to Substack. Just Google Tegan and Sara Substack. But I write all this stuff about the video, but I tell this story about a woman who, exactly as you just described, she kind of got in our shot, and our manager Christine went over very politely and was like, do you mind can you just move like 10 feet over because we're shooting a music video and you're actually in the shot. And she was like holding her camera up. I think this is a Karen.
No, she was not a Karen. I knew you were going to say that.
Okay,
She's
well,
not a Karen. Being an annoying asshole because you want to stand in a beam of sunlight when a fucking band is making a video is not being a Karen. It's just being
Okay.
a jerk.
Okay, whatever she was, the point is that she had her hands up in the air trying to film the sunset, which is like, God, like, why would you want that video? But anyway, our manager, who's so nice, multiple times was just like, we're just shooting this music video. You're going to be like in the video. Is there any way you could just like move a little bit over with? And then she was like, I'm just here to see the sunset. I'm just here to see the sunset. And she kept just repeating it over and over again.
She actually made it seem like it was the last sunset she might ever see, which then I was like, well, maybe it is. I don't
Oh,
know. Maybe she's about to die. I have no idea. Maybe she was about to go Thelma and Louise it with the woman she was with. I have no idea. But I was like, you're annoying. Now we can't get the shot.
so, but we did get the shot. And unfortunately, it's like, it's so good. It's in the video. And so when we got the first edit of the video from our awesome director, Mark, I wrote back and said, man, the video looks amazing. The only thing that makes me so sad is that Karen, I did call her Karen.
Don't call her, and everyone's calling her Karen on here. You guys, we have to stop this. You can't just call everyone who's an annoying person a Karen. You can't. It's not. You can't. It'd be like calling her like a Napoleon. Like there's a very specific set of criteria that someone has to be before you call her. You can't just call her a Karen. She's just annoying. I'm not denying she was an annoying person, but she wasn't a Karen.
Okay. You know what?
She's not a Karen.
Jessica Allen just made a great point. Maybe she's just sad, like the song. The
She
song.
actually seemed like she was like thriving. She seemed like she was someone who was like living, and we were inconveniencing her. And I got that. I was like, I can see that this is a big moment for you with your stupid sunset. But like literally, she could have had the exact same view if she just stepped 6 feet out of the frame. But it was like being told that she had to do that. She's one of those people who's like, one time I went to like a travel clinic to get a COVID test before I was flying to the States. And this woman marched in with her whole giant, tall family, and none of them were wearing masks. And the nurse who was working at the COVID clinic was like, ma'am, everyone needs to wear a mask. And she was like, why? And I'm like, bitch, we're at a COVID clinic. That's why. And then she was like, masks are over, like that, like just screamed in this woman's face. And I was like, wherever you're going on a trip, they're going to require you to wear a mask. Like maybe you're not well adjusted enough to like enter back into travel if you are this freaked out. But that's what this person reminded me of, is like, you're like, excuse me, could you just get out of the frame? Clearly we had a huge black tube, like I don't even know, hundreds of feet long. We were like spewing smoke into the atmosphere. We were super obviously making something. And I know that was, again, I acknowledge how annoying and inconveniencing it was for people who were just like having a chill time, having a picnic. Mm-hmm. But we did get permits and like, whatever. But like, she's the type of person who's like, oh, I'm watching the sunset. Like, masks are over. Like, she just is like one of those people.
Yes. So I want to just address a few things. First, I just want to say, so we get the first edit of the music video. The music video is so beautiful. I hope all of you go watch it. But the first edit that came in, I wrote our director and I said, oh my gosh, but that woman is in the edit. And there was some part of me that was like, even though the shot is so beautiful, I don't want that woman to be in our video. And so he removed her. He used magic, camera editing trickery, and he removed this person who's not Karen. And
that
also,
woman is now over. She was no longer in the video.
She's no longer in the video. And so I would encourage but I do think it's really funny if you watch the music video. The first time, my mom, our mom, just arrived here at my house, and she said she watched the video and didn't notice this, but if you watch the video on a phone or you're not really paying attention to like the background, you're just paying attention to us, which is great. Absolutely watch the video and just look at us. But I encourage all of you to go watch the video a second time and look for all the background people, because it's like this really beautiful, misty, moody, foggy, like video that like conjures up like isolation. It evokes this like emotion. We were trying to like do a video that was like super simple concept, and the song is about the sort of change that happens in a relationship where you kind of just like move on from somebody because you just grew in different directions. And so if you like watch the video, look in the background, there's like also like people throwing frisbees, people kicking soccer balls, and like it's actually really fun. I was thinking it could be like a funny drinking game. Like you have to watch it, and every time you see someone throw like a frisbee, you have to have a drink. The second thing I want to say is that there's a couple of people named Karen on this chat who have posted that they are named Karen but aren't annoying. And I also just want to say that I think the Karen thing is with Karen, and she's really nice. So So yeah, I just want to give a shout out to all the Karens. It must have been a hard couple years for you guys. And then also I want to say that I think it is extremely funny that people have been typing Tegan and Karen. I think that's really funny. And as people know who watch Where Does the Good Grow, our Instagram show for the last couple years, we always kind of have a funny hashtag that comes out of the Instagram lives. Today's is obviously hashtag Tegan and Karen.
No, please don't hashtag that. Please don't do that. Don't do that.
Um,
Because it makes me seem like I'm a Karen, and I'm not a Karen. In fact,
you're
I'm actually someone who's, I mean, maybe it is, it's, yeah, I think I don't actually like to use the word, I don't even like to say the Karen thing, because I think we should just like talk about what it is, which is like a very specific type of like white, privileged, often racist woman. And I don't even think Karen should sum it up. I think we should just actually like call out the people for the behavior that they are exhibiting, or the thing that they're doing. But in this case, I just want to say one more time, I don't think this woman was being a Karen. I think she was just being a jerk. Like if I saw us, first of all, if I had pulled up at this park and I'd seen like a huge long black tube spewing atmosphere and like people filming, I would have been like, get me out of here. Like, I'm the kind of person who's like, oh God, I don't want to be in the background of someone's video or shot. Like, I would have been, so I was like, I just couldn't believe that this person was like, you want your fucking shot? Like, you have to get me going like this in it. Like this woman just like staring at her cell phone.
I also
Anyways,
want to ask one thing. Also, I know a lot of people are saying that my sound's cutting out. I think it's because well, no, I know, but also I think sometimes it happens when one of us is wearing headphones and one isn't, and I didn't bring my headphones out here, so I don't know if that's what's happening, but we'll be more mindful and not talk over each other, because I know it. I think because you have the microphone, it probably just sometimes cuts out. So it's not your fault. You're okay, Sarah. All right, well let's move past this part of the conversation, and maybe we could talk just a tiny bit longer about the song. The song is off our new album, Crybaby, which comes out in October. The song came out today. It's kind of a collaboration. It's the first time that I can remember, like, I took lyrics of yours from a song that isn't going on the record and used it for the song. And I also stole lyrics from my own songs that weren't getting, like, I basically stole lyrics from me and from you and added them to this song, which I had written multiple versions of. And then this, like, I stole lyrics and then added them, and then it became here on that day. And somebody on the YouTube premiere today asked, did you feel upset when you like heard that I'd stolen your lyrics?
was I upset? You didn't steal them.
Well, I took them from a song without asking you, and then I was like, I like these and I want these. Were you upset?
Oh no. I mean, I think that song is the song that you pulled the lyrics from is like over 7 years old. I think I'd sort of like I was like oh, not the discard pile, but it was like sort of part of like an archive of music that I generally wouldn't go back and use music anyway, so I didn't think anything of it. I thought, oh, this is a great use of lyrics that I wrote.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
that's what I thought. But no, I thought it was a good use of that, and yeah.
People are really, I guess, the sound of your ice cut when it took over, but people are
Yes,
calling.
I see. Yes, I see. I know. I know. I'm such a bitch, and also I'm cold, and now my ice is cutting Tegan out, and poor Tegan, I can't believe she has to put up with this. It's so unacceptable.
It makes
You're
me.
in your studio. Why don't you have, I don't understand why you can't just put headphones on. I don't understand. Like, the reason why I have headphones on is just because it's like there's like I thought it would actually help isolate the sound because of
I
what's
know
going on in my house. But
it's.
yeah, I actually just want everyone to know, no one has to jump in and defend me. I thrive when I think that there's a mob mentality against me. I thrive in that situation, like, because I'm just kind of like, I always kind of like I think of it like almost like a Kate Blanchett kind of thing, like where I'm like, I don't want to be liked by everyone. I want to be liked by the very specific, sophisticated few. So you go ahead, you throw as much as much negativity at me in this chat as you want. I will just get colder and icier,
There you go.
and I will jiggle my ice even more. So if you want to hear Tegan, you better stop throwing the comments at me. Otherwise, keep it coming, and I'm just gonna
Oh, no.
All.
Um, I people keep bringing up this photo behind me. It's not my dog. This is a photo. I don't know who took the photo, but it's a photo of our grandma Rita, and she's holding this dog, and the dog was our Aunt Julie and Uncle Peter's. And
Mm-hmm.
this print was made by our cousin Talia, who has an amazing site called, is it Bromstad Printing? I think it is. If you Google Bromstad Printing Atlanta and the name Talia, you'll find it. But I have a bunch of her prints. She did one of Georgia. For,
Great.
yeah, I'm gonna go get it and I'll show it to you guys. Because I like to talk about my dog.
She can go. She can find textile work from our cousin, but she cannot find a set of headphones. It's beautiful.
Isn't that cool?
It's wonderful.
Well, you know what it is that I don't know if I remembered to bring my AirPods um, here with me, and I'm on my phone, so I can't
Oh yeah,
like
right. Yeah, you
because
can't just hook up your. You
I
can't
can't
just put your. Yeah.
hook up my interface, so I'm like stuck in that place of tech. I have all these dongles and cords, but none connect to the phone. Um, okay, so we're gonna take some questions now. All of you are being very patient, but if anyone has any questions, it can be about anything. We have this tour coming up, a new record. I'm trying to decide if I should cut bangs. Oh, thank you to whoever put bromstadprinting.com up. Thank you for that. Oh, my bike. Sarah, did you see my video that I made last night of me on my bike?
Yeah, I did.
Do you think that do you think I should have tagged them so they would give me a free bike or another bike for Vancouver? I really am into the electric bikes. I think it's like the future for me.
I think that's great. You wouldn't feel nervous riding that in Vancouver?
Well, I would, but I would only ride it in bike lanes. Like I'm really like our a cousin Mackenzie was telling me that there's like a really good bike map, like not to use Google Maps, but that there's really good bike lanes. So I would only ride on bike lanes and I would wear like
Mm-hmm.
a really, really good helmet. Um, Sophia thinks I should like get like a motorcycle helmet to protect my face if I fall.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Is it's like it just seems like so sketchy because if someone like I always just see pedestrians like walking out in bike lanes, and if you're going fast and you fall off your bike, you're gonna like really fuck yourself up. Not like fear. I'm not trying to like make you afraid. I'm just saying like
No,
Vancouver seems like so crazy to do that in.
I know it is really crazy. Right now, I'm just enjoying riding it over here on the island, but I just love it. It's just like it's changed my whole life. I feel like it's the only time in my life where I've started to think about getting like a license because I
Mm.
was, but only because I'm like, what now? I want like, not a motorcycle, but like a Honda Ruckus. Although Sophia won't let me get anything that's gas. Um, Sarah, a lot of people are asking questions about the baby. Are you comfortable sharing anything, like even just about how you're feeling, the process of parenthood? Are you worried about coming on tour? There's been a lot of really thoughtful questions. I don't know if you're ready to talk about that stuff yet, or if Instagram Live is the place you want to do it, but I'd be remiss not to ask for the people.
Yeah, no, I'm feeling good. I feel we actually my one of my apps told me that he's 2 months today. We were saying he was 2 months last week, but I mean, I guess officially, whatever metrics they use, he's 2 months today. I feel good. I feel like being a parent. Well, the problem. It's not that I don't want to talk about it. It's that I still am sort of sorting out exactly like the bigness of wanting to talk about it is overwhelming because it's not like my sort of like surface top headline is like that I'm loving being a parent and that it's just I feel like I have all this like skill set from being a touring musician and
Mm,
and sort of dealing in chaos and dealing with fatigue and I feel a lot more equipped than I thought I was going to feel. Like all the things that people warned me about are also true, like that it's very tiring and that there's like a lot of you it's like the sleep thing is just it's very real that you just suddenly have disrupted sleep and that can be really challenging. But then on the other hand, a lot of that is reminding me of what has been required of us as touring musicians and what it like the sort of like the never ending makes it sound bad, but it's like I never feel like I'm like not being in Tegan and Sara or something. Like I always feel like I'm thinking about work, and I'm always
Yeah.
thinking about art, and I'm always thinking about music and creativity, and there's just like a sort of, it's just always an everything and everywhere feeling. And in some ways being a parent now feels like that too. Like there's something familiar about like um I don't know. It's just like I think parenting itself is kind of a job, but it's a job that you cannot just be done when someone takes the baby from you, or when you go out, or when you go to sleep even. Like there's just like a sort of almost like there's just a feeling of like he just exists now, and he's in our world, and he's everything and everywhere, and I just am always thinking about it, and it feels very familiar to the way that I've felt about just being alive in general. So like it's not as discombobulating as I thought it was going to be. And you remember from the first week, especially, we were very, you told me actually, I think it was day 3 or day 4, you were actually like, you look great. Like you're so tired. Like I was so tired, and I was so discombobulated. And I thought, oh God, is this how it's going to always feel? And you sort of had this kind of reaction of like almost like I actually was writing about this last night for Substack, but you had this very specific feeling and the tone with me that reminded me of when I would be very high on acid in high school, and you would be like, you will not be like this forever. and and I think that that is also how it felt in the first week. And then I feel like I've rebounded, and I feel much more, you know like, oh yeah, this is, I can totally manage this and do this, and I can also enjoy it at the same time. And yeah, so I'm feeling really good. It's really, it's really cool. It's really exciting.
Yeah, and I think you guys are doing great. I mean, of course, you know, the day you're talking about, I think you guys have been in the hospital like a day. We're like, I'm feeling good. And I was like, you look very, very tired. So, but like, I think that was
Mm-hmm.
like, you don't have to recover like from this massive change in your life overnight. You guys were,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but it's I'm gonna quickly address lots of questions. There were a lot of comments of people thanking you, Sara, for sharing, and I know you have plans to share on Substack more about your process. And thanks to everybody for not being prying and being really respectful. um Lots of questions about how I feel being an aunt. I love it. It's so fun. The baby is so sweet, and it feels like he doesn't cry. But then the other night,
Good.
Sarah's face were over, and everybody was holding the baby, and Sophia put the carrier on and was walking around with him forever. And like it had been about 3.5 hours. And then Sarah was like, let's put the carrier on Tegan. Tegan, don't you want to carry the baby around and feel what it's like? And I was like, yeah, and get him in there. And he's all snuggled in, and he just starts to scream because he hadn't eaten 3.5 hours. And I was like, this is fucked up. You guys are like punking me right now. But yeah, he's just so sweet and cute and so cool. It's such an amazing process to watch people, bring a baby into the world. And, it does fuck up. It kind of does. What I also said to you guys was that, you've totally ruined, quote, ruined as a joke, like your life, but then you build something so beautiful and amazing out of that. And it's going to just continue to be so incredible. And even from a removed, position of just being next to you guys, doing that to your lives and bringing someone into the world, it's so magical. Um, there were lots of questions about like, are you guys going to bring the baby on the road? Which you guys are going to come out, and our mom's going to join. It's going to be super cool and different, family vibes. Lots of people asking if I'm going to have a kid. No, my partner is 6 years younger than me, so I suppose there's always I suppose there's a random chance that Sophia might wake up one day and be like, I want a baby, but we barely made it through getting a puppy. So I don't know that I don't think everyone should be allowed to have children. I'm not sure that her and I have the capacity to handle it. So I think we're good. Yes, our mom is very, very excited. Our whole family, everyone's been super awesome and excited. Um, Lots of questions about the VIP on tour. So there's sound check parties. A lot of the dates are pretty much like general is sold out, but there are tickets still for some of our tour dates. So if you're interested in seeing us this fall, we're interested in seeing you. should definitely get tickets. There's still VIP in certain cities, or in most cities. We're doing a different VIP experience than we've done in the past. There's like items that you get. I can't remember what they are. You get, you know, early entrance to the gig. You get to buy merchandise before the show, you know, without the crowd. So there's lots of perks to getting VIP, but also you get to come to sound check. And I think we're going to learn some like old stuff. We're going to learn stuff that's not in the show and take questions and hang out. We're trying to come up with like what we think would be a fun, meaningful experience, but like also not have to be up in your faces and potentially all give each other COVID. So, but I've been learning some old songs. I think I might try to learn Superstar. I know I was telling you there's no way in hell I would ever learn it, but I'm thinking that that could be funny to play on soundtrack.
Yeah, I don't know why it even has to be funny. I remember that didn't Dallas from City and Color used to play Superstar on acoustic guitar and it was super beautiful. I just feel like I think it I don't think you have to play the song as it originally was. Like I mean like there's a lot of stuff on those first couple of albums, Tegan and Sara albums that I think are I think it's best for the world not to have to hear them as we originally recorded them. And I say that, you know, just because I think that that was just a very specific style. It's like it was a very like just like how I used to also wear a belt that was made from a seatbelt. No one needs to ever see that again, you know? But I think that you can sing Superstar in a way that is not mocking and not a joke, and it's still a very beautiful song. And there's some really strong melodies, and I think like you can reinterpret that in a way. That's why I was advocating for it specifically for this project that we're talking about. There's like a specific recording that we're going to be doing in the fall that will eventually come out to the public, and we were going back and forth about what songs to include from our earlier albums. And I think Superstar is the song hands down that you should include because people have been asking for it for so long, and to do a different version of it, you know, that like similar to how we sort of reinvented songs in the past. I think the song is calling out for that because I do think that it's like I think it's actually quite sophisticated for the time that it was written in. And I also think in its original form and recording, while it is easy to sort of like, you know, cringe, I'm convinced that that thing could be a total like TikTok meme or like TikTok song because it is just,
Please
there's
no.
something so funny about it. It's just so
No.
funny. And it's like, it's kind of like rap, it's like rap folk rock or something like that. And I just like I think it's hilarious. And I'm not in a mean way, like just like in like a wow, is that like a statement from that time. And I just like I really hope people discover it anew. But I also think doing it acoustically could be like really beautiful. It's got some beautiful, really, really, really beautiful melodies in it when you're not rapping.
I think it's a good idea. I'm going to go back and see Dallas's version because I do remember not cringing when he played it. So I'm going to go see what he did. But
I think I looked for it and I couldn't.
to do, like, what do you think that you'll pull out? Like, what are you promising the people?
I'm not. I'm. This is Sara in her 40s. Um, Sara with a parent. Sara as a parent. I don't know what you want to call it, but like I make no promises moving forward.
There you have it. So I'll probably have a bunch of old songs.
I'm not saying that I won't play something. I'm just saying like I have no idea. Like I
No.
just don't know. Will I find the time to learn old music? Will I even be able to learn the music that we're going to play in our show? It's like I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, I was keeping note or making note of some of the stuff you guys were asking for. So we'll see if we can learn a bunch of the songs, or at least some that you suggested. Not Cotton Eye Joe, but the rest of them were pretty good. I like Not Today, Miami Still. Could be kind of cool to like cover each other, you know, like we were doing on the last record. Could be cool. Um, well, today we did this Instagram live because we're celebrating the release of another song from our upcoming record. Today's song was Faded Like a Feeling. We wanted to put this one out because it's really different than everything else on the record. I mean, the record's really, there's a lot of diversity in terms of what's on the record. Like there's almost like Faded Like a Feeling and This Ain't Going Well, or kind of more like almost alt country, you know, and then like I Can't Grow Up, Smoking Weed Alone, and um what's okay, or Please Save Us. What's that one called on the record? What's that called?
It's called I'm Okay.
I'm Okay. Those are like the hyper pop, but like alternative, like spin on it songs. And then like what else is on the album? Read off some other. People were asking me what else is what's the
Oh,
flavors.
my favorite song on the album is called Whatever That Was.
Yeah,
It's a song. It's a
that's
song.
all too.
I don't. That's not how I would describe it.
That's
That's
how
not
you,
how I would. Oh, you really like the song "Under My Control" that I put on the
oh,
that I put on the album sort of last minute, which is I think that's a real. It's super hooky, but it's kind of in the back half of the record, so I'm interested if that becomes sort of a deep cut for people.
yeah, but think of
And
All It Off in 19 were like track 9 and 14 on the con. I mean, people just need to, you all just need to like dig into the album. We don't bury great songs. We curate our albums. Like we put a sequence is a story. We're telling you a story. So even if you get really into certain songs, you should listen to a whole album. Like most artists these days are still trying to tell a story. Most Sarah, most artists are trying to tell a story with their sequence and their album. So I think, yeah, I love Need Control. I love All I Wanted.
it's not called Need Control.
What's the
It's
song?
not called. It is not called Need Control. It's called Under My Control.
Under My Control. And then All I
I just
Want.
find it amusing. I just find it amusing because I know that you like I read your Substack the other day, and it's like, you know, you suggested to call the song Faded, but I think it deserves a full name. Like you have this kind of like sensitivity, and then you're just like, you know, in Sarah's song Banana Split, and then also this one, and what's that one called, and what else is on the album? Like it's like, wow, you're the Karen. Let's do a hashtag called I don't know. Like it's just so funny to me. Anyways, yes, the album's great. I hope people get really into it. I'm just excited to go out and tour again and play songs. It's funny, like as we're building out the tour and this like the set and everything, like I'm super excited to go out and just play music again
Yeah.
and we've got our crew ready to go. We've got our band ready to go.
Yeah, is it
It's
officially
exciting.
I think officially the whole team is hired now, which is really exciting.
Hmm.
Um, got the band locked in, working on music. We have some pretty exciting news coming down the line about some some TV that
Hmm.
we're doing. We have exciting news coming about our TV show, which is coming out in October. There's like some good stuff coming. And then
Hmm.
there's a song that we covered that's in the next trailer for our TV show. That's gonna get released. We have a song coming with the Arkells, this awesome band from Canada called Teenage Tears. We just shot a video for that. That's coming. We got 2 more songs coming out before the album comes out, and they also have videos. It's a very exciting time. It's a lot though. It's like a lot of things.
Yeah.
But it's like it's lovely because it seems like it's like getting people really excited. I've been noticing like people have been stopping on me on the street more and being like, "Oh, hi, it's you." Like I feel like people are like remembering that we're here and alive and making music. Feels nice. People seem
That
really
is
excited.
nice. That is nice. Not to cut this short, we've been on here 45 minutes and Stacey has a consignment appointment and I got to get back on baby duty, so I have to go. I don't have time to just fool around and just chit chat.
Okay, well, Stacy's on the chat, so we'll find out if that's true. Because I've noticed recently that you've been making up some stories to get off of Zooms, and then when
That
I
is not that is not true. That's not, that is not true. I promise you it is not true.
um all right, well, I want to just say thank you so much to everybody who got up early and hung out with me at the premiere of the Faded Like a Feeling music video, and I want to give a huge shout out to everybody who tuned in for this and for everybody who has been streaming and listening to the new songs and you know showing up for these Instagram lives and like not to get like overly sentimental, but I keep forgetting like time just goes by in such a weird way that it's really the last record cycle was cut short because of COVID, so it's like it's been like 5 years since we've had like a proper release, and it's just so nice. It's so amazing that so many of you stick with us and so many of you are new, like you're just discovering us, which feels like unfathomable since we've been around so long. How could you possibly not know, at some point who we were or heard something? But it's like it is possible. And it's just like so cool. So many of you buying tickets to come to see us play live. Like, I know it just sounds like something bands are supposed to say, but it's so sincerely like appreciated that you're supporting us. And there's like just these weird stigmas, and there's like these weird sort of unspoken rules in the industry that as women get older, they're just like less relevant and less like, you know, marketable. And I hope that we're an example of a band that just like pushes against that. I think we're still making really interesting music, and you know, our fan base feels like it's showing up for us. And so we just really, really want to say thank you to everybody who has been showing up in so many different ways. I want to like shout out all the people who have been like, there's been so many new subscribers over at Substack, and like, thank you for that. We love, 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 love doing the Substack. And this summer, because Sarah's been a bit busier, I've been doing a lot of it on my own, and I just really appreciate all the people there, those that are paid and those that are, you know, just subscribing for free. I appreciate all of you so much, and it's just we're so lucky. I was saying on the way to pick up my mom today to Sophia, my partner, that like, you know, 5 years ago, all we did was music. And when we weren't touring, I didn't know what to do with myself. I mean, there was more time to like play guitar and watch television and hang out with friends, which are all very, very cool, fun things. But these days, our days are so busy making things and talking about the process of making things. And I feel so grateful that so many people still are here showing up for us. It means a lot. So, you know, and I don't want to be like one of those artists that's like, stream us more, talk about us on social media more. But like, those are really genuine ways that you can also support us, because that is like how people hear about new music. So I do want to shout out all the people who have been like sharing the music and sharing on your social media and like doing all that stuff, because it's so meaningful. Since the beginning of our band, that relationship we have directly with all of you is so special to us, and it's how we thrive during times where the media wasn't writing about us and radio wasn't playing us. So just want to say like genuine thanks and gratitude for all the support. Just kidding. I'm not gonna. I don't even feel sad. I feel very happy. Sarah, do you want to say anything to the peeps?
Nope. I mean, I'm excited to, I think I said all the things. I'm so excited to get back out on tour. I'm really looking forward to it. And yeah, I'm sure we'll be doing another one of these soon.
I know.
Yeah,
Well, really soon, because
we have some announcements. Yeah,
there's a song of yours coming real soon. So
yeah, yeah.
okay. Well, thanks everybody. You're all the best. Your comments are so sweet. Sarah and I hope you'll go listen to Faded Like a Feeling like 5 more times today. Don't forget to watch the video and look for all the people playing Frisbee. Maybe our manager, Christine, this morning did text us a video with the person who wanted to watch the sunset. So you could, maybe I'll put that out. Maybe I'll put it on Substack tomorrow. I have a
Oh my
Substack
God.
about the video. I think I might put the video up. But I don't want to like do that thing that people do where you like dox somebody on the internet. Like, don't do that. She was just trying, guys, she was just watching the sunset. We don't know the story. So you're all great. Stacy, if you're still on, good luck at consignment today. And Sarah, good luck at physio.
Thank you.
We'll see you all soon. I'm gonna save this time too. Sorry I didn't post the interview that I did the other day on Instagram. I saw lots of people complaining about me not saving it. The interview I did with Melody Lau, who just wrote an amazing book about us called Modern Heartthrobs. I'm so sorry, but I will save this one. I think I know how to do it. Okay, go
Bye.
listen to our song. Bye, everybody.